And hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today we are inside of Minecraft and we are looking at Parkour Spiral 3. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. It's pretty large. It is currently, as far as I can tell, only available on the server. So I'm playing it on their server instead of on an actual map. So as a result, there's going to be this obnoxious thing on the side showing times. I'm guessing there's a way to get rid of it, but I'm not super worried about it right now. I'm just excited to get into this map. I've been waiting for it for quite a while. Um, and right away I'm lost. Is there a path up at? Through the water stream? No, why would it be there? Am I dumb? How did I end up lost already? Wait, can we go back this way? We can go back this way. Okay. But yeah, so this has been, I've been really excited to play this map. He Like Maps is one of pretty much the only map creators that I actually have joined their Discord, and I pay close attention to when maps are getting released. So I've known this was coming out for a while, and I think it released on Bedrock a little bit ago. But yeah, really exciting. They apparently took advantage of 1.18 to make it really tall. The only thing is, the map does take a while. So far, like in the menu, they only showed one completed run, and it was like 48 minutes or whatever. I don't know if that's faster or slower than it'll take me, since it was the only completed run that they showed. I presume that'd be probably a pretty quick speed, considering the fact that it's the only one there. But I don't know. But yeah, it's also nice just kind of sitting down and recording a map. It's been a while. I've recorded some like commentary style videos. I just haven't gotten around to actually posting them yet. Which, my bad. Yeah, I don't know, like I've been really enjoying streaming on Twitch. This is something I've talked about. And also, part of the thing about Twitch that currently makes it make more sense than YouTube is the fact that Twitch actually monetizes me. Like, that's one thing about YouTube, is you have to be pretty successful on the platform already before they'll even monetize you. And on one hand, it makes sense because Twitch has a lot more smaller content creators and less medium to big content creators than YouTube does. But it's still like, like, hey, I can make money off of Twitch. I can't make it on YouTube, even though, on YouTube I have all the subscribers, I have all the watch hours. It's just a matter of, since half of them are through shorts, they don't let it actually count. So as a result, I'm not monetized on YouTube, which makes Twitch just make more sense, at least for a while. Whoops. Because part of the thing about it is, it's like, I invest so much time into this that being able to make a bit of money on the side from it is really nice. Because, it kind of justifies the amount of time that I spend making content. But, yeah, I mean, it's not a big thing. It's not like I make much money. It's just nice to, that Twitch is actually willing to monetize smaller creators, which is something that at this time YouTube isn't really willing to do. I think on Twitch you have to have, it's like 50 followers and 3 average viewers or whatever, and then X amount of time streamed. Which, once you're at a point where you know, you have that much, you hit a point where it's kind of like, yeah, there's probably one or two people that'd be willing to donate to you. And then, granted, it takes a long time after they're willing to monetize you, to actually hit a point where you're really making money. But that's, you know, kind of how it goes. I need it to be up there. How do I get up there? Good questions. Oh, I come down here. Okay, yeah. And, like, maybe that's a bad reason to be, you know, doing a lot of Twitch instead of YouTube. There's also a large factor in the fact that I've just been enjoying streaming more than making videos lately, and it's just easier, in my opinion, to stream on Twitch than YouTube. Like, just the whole thumbnail thing, not having to make a thumbnail, and not having to, like, end stream and then start a new stream to stream again, along with making new thumbnails, just kind of, in my opinion, makes life a bit easier on Twitch than on YouTube. Because some people spend a lot of time on thumbnails and stuff like that. So having the quicker, like, hey, you don't have to make a thumbnail and stuff like that is just kind of nice. Oh, over there? Question mark? Yeah, over here. Maybe not. Oh, I can get over to here. I don't know what that does for me. No? This wasn't it? Okay. I will say, so far I've really liked this map. The only thing I'll say is it's been a little less straightforward, in my opinion, than the last couple on where to go. Like, they've done more of, like, tucking stuff behind and all that, which just adds confusion. Oh, you're supposed to walk across the crystals. That makes sense. And yeah, there's just stuff like that that's, you know, not a big deal, just a little bit less obvious. But actually, like, I don't know. It's cool and all that you have to walk across the crystals. Just feels a bit, you know, because of the fact that crystals are kind of a new thing. It doesn't jump out to me that, hey, walk across the crystals. That's actually probably more just a matter of it's a new thing, so I don't recognize it, rather than, you know, it really is harder to tell, I would guess. I don't know, that's one of those things where, like, we'd have to hit a bit further in on the, you know, updates that add stuff like that before I know for sure. Whee. Okay. Water parkour. I don't mind water parkour when it's set up like that and it's really easy. I find that hard water jumps are like the bane of my existence. I'd rather do a difficult, pretty much any other kind of jump rather than a water jump. But as long as it's easy stuff like that, I don't mind it. And it's actually kind of charming. I wonder, was that fireworks somebody finishing or what? You can also see just how many people are online. Like, it's interesting to me what he, like, Maps has done, because there's not many parkour map creators that have, at least as far as I can tell, as much of, like, a community around their maps. Which is something I think he, like, Maps has done a great job on, is building a community around their maps and making sure that they make it a point of emphasis to build a community around it, which I think was really smart. Gets more people interested in your maps, blah, blah, blah. And stuff like having a server where everybody can, you know, play together on an official Minecraft Parkour map server. The fact that they encourage speedrunning the maps and stuff like that so heavily. You know, they're able to reach out to multiple ends of the parkour community at once with that sort of stuff. And then at the same time, still having all of the regular map stuff. I don't know if it was planned or if it just kind of turned out that way, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like they've done a great job. And then they make great maps on top of that. That obviously helps. Like, this map has been really cool so far. So we're just flying around. Yeah, I take it the guy on the 4804 guy, that's probably the one flying around. I don't know if that's a long time or a short time. It is a little annoying, though. That is the only thing. I wish there was an option to, like, hide players for the server. Like, if you wanted to play on the server, not have to download the maps or whatever. I do kind of wish that there was just, like, a option to hide players for that. Oh, over here. Oh, my goodness. This is cool. Oh. Okay, this is actually really cool. Like, that was fun. That was really... I don't think I've seen anything like that before. That was really cool. I liked that. Like, it's small mechanics like that that I feel like make maps like this better. Where it's like, you know, it's not a mechanic that's super hard to learn or is gonna, you know, take you a while to figure out. Dude, chill out. But like, it's just really cool. Still pretty easy, you know, just kind of gives you a break from normal parkour for a little bit with something kind of cool and unique. I don't know. I really liked it. Just in general, though, I've really liked this map so far. I don't know if I liked it better than the other parkour spirals yet. I mean, I'm not far enough in to really say yet. Like, I don't know. It's definitely looking good, though. Okay. Where was I? Right, yeah. I do feel like I had some other stuff to say on the whole Twitch YouTube topic, though. I feel like, just in general, Twitch does a better job of making it appear like they want smaller content creators. Which is funny, because they don't really treat their smaller content creators super well. Like, they put on a big show about pretending that they do. But realistically, it's hard to grow by yourself as a small content creator on Twitch. Like, as far as I can tell, really the only way to grow as a small content creator on Twitch is to kind of build a like community of other content creators around you. Just because it's so difficult to grow on the platform without having other people that also stream around you that you can, you know, increase viewer bases together with. So, like, they do a good job of making it appear like they really want small content creators to grow on their platform. And then they kind of built an algorithm around it, which makes it really difficult to grow as a small content creator. And to some degree that makes sense. It's because they want the new viewers, who they want to retain viewers, obviously. So then they send the new viewers to the big channels that, you know, everybody's watching and stuff like that, instead of to smaller channels, which from a business standpoint does make sense, and I'll give them that, you don't want new viewers that are potentially gonna, buy subs and stuff like that going to super small channels that are less tried and true and might not be as effective at increasing your number of subs and stuff like that. So from that standpoint, it does, in my opinion, make sense that they point viewers to the larger channels. But it is kind of annoying from a small content creator perspective that they pretend that they care so much about small content creators and they have such a large focus on them, and then they still redirect a lot of viewers to larger channels and stuff like that, where it's kind of like, yeah, it just, I don't know, it can be kind of annoying. But the thing about it is then you got YouTube, which pretty much never directs anyone to a small content creator, period, into story. And it's a bit more difficult to, get quite as mad at Twitch. However, YouTube also has the excuse of they have many more content creators. So it's all, I don't know, it's feels like it's all a bit of a balancing act. But I don't know. Like, I still haven't fully decided which platform I like better. It is kind of annoying, though, that, like, as far as large content creation platforms go, there isn't really any large competition for YouTube or Twitch. I'm not even saying that, if there was, that I'd favor them over YouTube or Twitch necessarily. But just the fact that when it comes to live streaming, Twitch doesn't really have a large competitor anymore. They did for a while in there when, other companies were trying, but they kind of died out and left pretty much just Twitch. And, like, it's the same thing with YouTube, where it's like there's not really any large-scale competitors to YouTube. None that can contest with YouTube on the scale that it's on, at the very least. There are, other smaller content creation platforms. It's just you can't reach nearly as large of an audience through them. So, like, due to the lack of competition, YouTube, for example, doesn't really have incentive to make changes. Like, when the, entire community, when they get rid of dislike buttons and the entire community is like, hey, don't do that, that's a horrible idea, YouTube's very widely used for stuff like, tutorials and stuff like that, that not having the dislike counter can be very harmful if you're, watching an important tutorial and can't tell what the dislike percentage is. And also just in general for content creators, the ones that, are a bit more, don't really have any problems with, seeing bad results, they can't see their, dislike to like statistics. Like, I feel like the better answer was to go, hey, you can have it on or off, your choice, which was already how it was. You could set it to private or public. But, just leave it at that, and, then for stuff like tutorials, if you see a tutorial that has dislike set to private, that that's an immediate red flag. I don't know, that's at least my opinion on it. I feel like YouTube kind of dropped the ball on that one, and a lot of people agree with that sentiment. And it's like, because of what YouTube's built itself as, they need a dislike counter. It's not like with stuff like Twitter, where they built themselves in a way where they don't need a dislike counter, and they're fine without one. YouTube's built itself in a way where a dislike counter is just kind of part of the deal, and the whole not having a dislike counter thing kind of stinks. Man, this is large. We're probably about a quarter of the way done, maybe. Oh, down here. Didn't even bother to ever look down. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some things that just the answer's obvious and right in front of them, and they still take the other route. And that's the sort of thing that, like, you know, could be contested more easily if YouTube had a strong competitor, because then they do something like remove the dislike counter, and if people are really upset about it, then they see a decrease in their user base as people start going to other platforms. And one of the problems I've found is, like, even if when there are like other YouTube video watching sites, a lot of times they typically aren't built very well and don't have great servers. So it's like, you know, oh, oops, I don't know. YouTube's just like, they've done a great job of putting themselves into a monopoly position where, you know, regardless of what they do, if people want to watch videos on the internet, they don't really have many other options that are going to provide them with the same level of experience. At least that's my opinion from, you know, what I've seen of it. So I don't know. And like Twitch has managed to put themselves into a similar position. It's just a bit more rocky because, you know, like, for example, if you get super annoyed with YouTube or with Twitch's streaming system, you can still stream to a platform like YouTube. There's, you know, the viewer base is less functioned around streaming, which can make it hard to draw as long of watch times and stuff like that from streams. But you still have another option if you're a streamer. It's just a matter of, you know, as I was kind of saying, YouTube isn't built as well for streaming as Twitch is. So as a result, if you do want to stream, YouTube can be a bit more difficult, along with the fact that YouTube has much more difficult monetization requirements compared to Twitch. So as a result, if you're trying to get monetized on YouTube, it can take a lot longer. And for some of that period, like kind of at the content creation level I'm at, where it's like, yeah, you don't make much, but you do make some degree of money. Ow. Kind of at that point where you would be at that point on Twitch. On YouTube, you're there like, you know, I don't make anything. Alright, I'm gonna let this guy go first, just with a little bit of a distance between us, because I don't want to run into him. He's dead. Boom, boom, ow. Thank you for taking the bullet for me, dude. I appreciate it. Ow! Oh, I was up there. My chance. Man, this is doable. Oh. Whoa. I actually think you could probably like take pretty hard advantage of these. If I let these two go first and kind of clear out the path. Okay. But yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, I really feel like there's just some degree of like, hey, we could really, you know, use more competition on a larger scale for these platforms that have hit pretty much monopolistic levels of control over the market. Ow. Okay, this is kind of what I was talking about though, that like or earlier in the map, like with the lava turning into magma stuff with the boots. It's just like really cool, and I think does a great job for the map. Now the only problem is for something like this, I feel like the difficulty might be a little high on this one. Okay, we made it past. However, that also might have just been me constantly continuing to insist on going even when I needed to just chill out and, you know, not go for a little bit and wait for an easier time. Maybe. I don't know. But I liked that section. I mean, it was, you know, it wasn't easy, but it was fun. And I feel like that's, you know, like as I've been doing less parkour, and just in general as I've been streaming more, I feel like there's been a bit more of a focus on that for me for games where it's like, you know, I'm a little bit less worried about the challenge right now and a little more worried about just kind of having a good time. Which, you know, after I play games like Minecraft more for a little bit, I'll probably get back into the whole like, yeah, I want to challenge, I want to improve, but it's nice to have a break and just kind of have a bit of a time period just where it's like, yeah, I just kind of want to, you know, play an easier map and relax and, you know, have a good time, worry a bit less about the challenge, which I think is part of what's, you know, nice about streaming as well, is it does open you up a bit more for that, where it's like, yeah, you can play more stuff that you enjoy and worry less about, you know, the content creation itself, because as long as you have a good personality and you're playing a game you enjoy, there's a decent chance there's going to be an audience of people out there that will enjoy watching it. Also, I can now get a feel for it. So I've seen most people finish probably around like 4,500. I hit the bottom of the leaderboard for a second. Yeah, there I am, 1638. So we're at a point now where we're probably a little wait, what? Where am I? We're probably a little over halfway done, if I had to guess. Or not a little over halfway done, a little under halfway done currently. Which I'm not even sure where I'm at. I might have even backtracked. I'm not sure. But I don't think so. This looks new. Snowballs. Oh, you have to hit the middle, otherwise it doesn't light it up enough. Right. I always forget how those work. With target blocks. Very cool, very cool. He's the guy that has the most time on the leaderboard because he's just sitting here AFK. I wanted to like get a feel for, you know, if my pace was fast or slow, but I bumped into the AFK dude. Once I bump into somebody that's actually moving though, I'll be able to take a look at their time and get a feel. This is one thing I like about doing this stuff in multiplayer, even if, you know, I'm not paying attention to anything like chat. I actually have chat turned off because I was doing a commentary type video on this server because I didn't want to re-download one of the maps, but I wanted to play it. Oh, we got leather boots now. Let's go. That's cool. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I was doing some commentary type videos, so I just turned off chat. I figured that was the easiest way to go about it. and there's only 1 or 2 other people on at the time. It was a different map. Excuse me. But yeah. What else? What else? This is one thing that stinks about having not recorded any, you know, of these type of videos in a while, is now that I'm wanting to do one, like my commentary is a bit slow and I'm not sure what to talk about for the most part, which is a little weird. Looks like some other people that were above me have left. But yeah, I don't know. I find that, you know, kind of the feeling of community that doing this sort of thing online gives is kind of great, because it can kind of feel like when you're doing parkour maps and stuff like that, there's not really that many people that participate in it as well, even if there are. Like seeing the download numbers, even when they're pretty high, like it's kind of easy to just look at them and go, not. Is there really that many people? You know, how much of those numbers have, you know, been inflated due to people downloading the map multiple times and stuff like that? And, you know, considering how the downloads work, wouldn't it be possible for the map creator to just come in and, you know, download the map a bunch of times to inflate the numbers or whatever? Like, I'm always very skeptical when it comes to any, like, viewership or downloading numbers on platforms. Like, there's just always something about it that I look at and I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure that, you know, that is legit, you know? I'm just not convinced. Man, whoever's putting off all those fireworks, it's fucking annoying. Oh, they stopped right as soon as I said that. That is the only annoyance, is it's like, you know, I was kind of talking about the good of being on a multiplayer server, but some of the things that stink about it is, you know, other players can make a lot of noise and stuff like that can distract you and be annoying, and it's a bit less peaceful than if you were to just do it by yourself and, you know, all that. I feel like the benefits probably outweigh the cons. I'm just, you know, I don't know if I'm the type of person that would really be willing to play, you know, on a server versus by myself for situations where, you know, the map isn't just brand new and just got put out on the servers, and I don't want to dig around for a download link when I know that it's on the server and just got released. Which, for all I know, actually, I guess in this case, I just kind of assumed it hadn't been released. But for all I know, it's on Minecraft maps, and I just didn't check, and I'm an idiot. Which wouldn't surprise me in the absolute slightest. Oh yeah, the other thing that stinks about a server is possibilities of server lag. Like, it's not super common as long as you have good internet, but yeah, it can cause problems for your experience. There we go. And now we can go up to here, where we get to jump over to this. I bet there's something with those buttons. Like, I bet there's a button somewhere that gives a shortcut further into the map or whatnot. He Like Maps likes to put some of those in. I'm just not super interested in hunting for it. I don't want to cheat myself out of extra parkour. I feel like skips are the sort of thing that, like, are great for content creators, or not content creators, speedrunners, and also for people that, like, have gotten stuck, and then they can, you know, they find a shortcut and are able to you know, skip whatever part they were doing. But I feel like as just as a fairly casual parkour player, right? Like, you know, with probably a pretty medium level of parkour skill, you know, among people that actually play parkour, I'm probably pretty average in terms of parkour skills, if I had to guess. Um, it can just feel like I have a higher level sometimes just because, you know, you play a map and then you land at a time that's pretty high up on the leaderboard because, you know, a lot of people that play through a single parkour map don't necessarily play a lot of parkour. But anyway, I digress. As a pretty casual parkour player, I find that I don't really care for stuff like skips in parkour maps. I feel like they just kind of like take away extra parkour that you could have done. Now, in super difficult maps, yeah, they can be really nice because you hit a point on those where you're just kind of wanting to finish. But for easier maps, yeah, I find that skips just kind of decrease the total parkour that you're able to do, which kind of stinks. I don't know. That's at least my personal opinion. I find that in general with games, though, like, people overvalue finding skips and stuff like that as, you know, a cool thing that progresses you further. But in most games, I feel like finding skips just kind of, you know, decrease the total experience. But that's pretty typical of the way that, you know, we kind of are as humans. Not to get philosophical or anything, but, like, we like to find the shortcuts and the easy way outs, even though, like, after you finish something, it's always more satisfying if you went through the entirety of it and didn't take an easy way out. At least that's my opinion. I feel like I've said that a lot today. But yeah, like, just the satisfaction from playing through something is almost always higher than the satisfaction, than whatever bits of satisfaction you can get from skipping it. I think that's something people don't realize a lot. Is it's like, yeah, you know, you can do your skips and stuff. You just won't have enjoyed the overall experience as much as if you didn't. I'm back into being able to hear those fireworks. We're pretty close to the top, though. We're almost done. I love that I can't even see the ocean. Like, yeah, this is a really tall tower. Or should I say spiral? I mean, like, just in general, though. Like, whoa. People tend to not understand that and don't really want to. But that's kind of how people are with everything in life. Like, we want everything faster, quicker, and easier. But at the end of the day, making everything faster, quicker, and easier can take away a lot of small joys from, you know, stuff that didn't really need to be faster, quicker, easier. I feel like that's especially the case with, like, stuff like food, for example. Where it's like, for some people, yeah, you do want, you know, super quick, easy food, depending on what your job is. Oh, that's the guy that's right ahead of me on time, I believe. I've almost caught up to him. But for people that do have time to cook and don't, like, a meal that you cooked and made yourself almost always tastes better, from my experience, than a quickly got meal. But we still prefer the super quick meals to the, you know, meals we make ourselves most of the time, because it's, you know, quicker and easier, and, you know, you get through it faster. and can get back to what you were doing before. But I feel like, you know, that's kind of a trap we've fallen into as a society, where it's like, yeah, we don't actually prefer those. We think we do because it's faster, easier, and quicker. Not necessarily cheaper, but, you know, it is faster, easier, and quicker to just get a microwave meal or eat out at a fast food restaurant most of the time. Like ordering DoorDash and whatnot. But yet, if you just sat down and, you know, not even make something large, but just, like, make a quick meal, you know, that you actually made yourself. Like, just, you know, throwing some beans in a pan and making burritos, in my opinion, is pretty much always better than, you know, grabbing out frozen burritos. Even if the frozen burritos taste better, there's still something that's just, like, better about the burritos you made yourself. At least that's my experience on these things. And, you know, maybe I'm the odd one out, but, you know, I think that's a problem that, you know, assuming that, you know, I'm not the exception here and I'm the norm. I feel like that's a problem we've run into as a society, is just the fact that, you know, on stuff that doesn't need to be faster, easier, quicker. Oh, I needed to jump up to there right away. We still try to make it that way. Oh, I think the dude left the server. Probably fell again and rage quit. Or had to go. I don't know. My friend. But yeah, and, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. And for people, as I was saying at the start, for people that do need fast, quick, easy meals, like if you work a very extensive job and don't have time to make meals most of the time. Oh, wow, he left right before the end. Then it can, you know, stink. But yeah, here we are. We made it to the end. 1742. Man, that guy went pretty quick. Yeah, overall, I don't know if I went quick or slow. This map was really fun. Rank B. Okay, not bad. Maybe I'll have to run through it once or twice more to see if I can get faster times, but probably not gonna do that on stream. Or on recording. Actually, I could do it on stream, though. Might be fun. It's always crazy just looking at just how large these maps are. Because, like, it always kind of feels like I went through them pretty quickly. But then I look at how much time I spent and, you know, look around. Like, that was like 40 minutes. But yeah, guys. I think that'll be all for this one. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, these maps are always great. Thank you to the Parkour Heal Like map creators for continuing going at it. Really appreciate it. And yeah, as I said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye bye.